Hello, welcome to round number 1, Velocity Racing League's V8 Supercars Championship for 2021. You're watching the top 10 shootout live. We've just had the qualifying session, exclusive to Velocity Premium, and we're into the top 10 shootout now. First up, we'll jump right into it, Gus Super. I wouldn't have picked him to be in the shootout, but he's done a very good job and certainly surprised me. Good on him. All credit to him. So Gus Super, the first car, he comes down to the last corner and ready for his one flying lap. Oh no, he's already dropped it and almost ended up in the wall. So that's going to seriously affect him coming onto the start of the lap. Through turn 3 and down into turn 4. A lot more bumps on this version. We're using a slightly different version of the track where the corners are wider, the curbs are a bit flatter, and you can see he uses a lot more of it there. In the previous version you wouldn't have been able to. Turn 7, right on top of the curb. Now down to turn 8. This is a much scarier corner than the previous version. So let's watch it from the lip cam. Rolls out the throttle a fair bit. There's a lot of people who've been saying that you can take that flat if you've got really massive testicles. So, oh, another little slide off of that curb. Slippery on top of there. You might need down to the last corner then. I haven't even called out the next person, have I? So round the last corner. And across the line. And his time is, because it won't come up on my stupid timing tower, is a 1:23.0 to start proceedings. Now we're just going to take a moment out for a sec. While we get ourselves sorted. It's been a bit rushed. Nick Mello, you can leave the pits if you haven't already. Sorry. There you are. So Nick Mello then, on his out lap. Is this the right? New livery on this car still remains Project 4 though, as he comes through turn 8 and down towards the hairpin, which is a lot tighter than it seems because that curb really comes in on the exit. That one there in shot now. Double left-hander back into Victoria Park. And up to the line to begin his flying lap. Away he goes through turn 1. Uses a lot of curb. Almost drove it across there. Jack Callister, off you go. Having to coordinate a few things here. We'll see his first sector time. It'll be just after this corner. He runs right out to the wall. There's a lot of different lines that you can take through there, including leaping over the curb. Some people don't like that. Some people prefer to have their car a little more stable. It's a 38.078, and that's in comparison to Super's 38.120. He's grabbed the wall just ever so slightly. Now it's 100% damage, so you will feel it if you touch the wall, for sure. And he's actually, I wonder if he's broken something in that car. It was a bit gingerly over the turn 9 hairpin. Oh, he's actually gone straight on. So he's gone straight on at the last corner, and that will be the end of his lap. So it's going to be likely 10th place for him. And across the line, and it is a 128.132. So about 5 seconds slower than Super's lap, and that mistake on the last corner is really what cost him there. Let's go forward. Jack Callister now. With Aussie Brand Racing for this year, he's finally got himself a reliable team. And off he goes. Grim really hurting the car on the rev limiter through there. And through the last corner. Smooth. Up to the line to begin his lap. Runs it over the curb. See, very different line to what Mello took before. Now down towards turn 8. Extremely fast corner. Comes through there. Keeps it all square. Right out to the wall, past that yellow line. Now, why is that? I'm getting things about no game sound, but that should be the case. Anyway, final corner. Jack Callister, and then across the line he comes now. And that will finish his lap. So his lap is a 121.919, and he goes top of the timesheets. So 3 cars down, and we've got Joshua Hill up next. He's in a VF Commodore this year. And round the last corner, ready to go. Sorry folks, I'm doing other stuff at the same time. You see, a lot of people like to use that pit lane exit as a bit of extra room to get the optimum line through the first chicane. So critical. The first chicane and turn 8 is where the most time can be gained. And you will see that once we get up to Chris Munro and Chris Rafalo, and Jack Meredith if he doesn't stuff up, who they exploit it the best. Is on board with Josh Hill. Might have been a bit quiet, the game sound. Maybe that was the problem. But he comes through the last corner now. He's had 2 green sectors, not purple. But he does go second fastest. So 122.271. And he parks up at the first corner rather. So as we cycle through now, Nicholas Gregg is the next one onto the circuit. Have I got game sound? Why not? What is that? Across the line, Nicholas comes. He gets all he gets all over those curbs at turn number 1. The centre chicane. I think he just grabbed the wall ever so slightly on the run into turn 5 there, as he was turning into the corner. Looks to be alright now. Connor Edwards is our next car. He's on track at the moment. Let's see the first sector time. 37.453. It's the fastest we've seen yet. Down into the 8th turn. And round the last corner, lights it up just a little bit. He was purple in the second. He's going to be purple in the last and finish it off. Well, he's not purple, but he's to the top anyway. 120.964 with a 16.993 in the last sector. So we've had 5 cars run so far. Now into the back end of the field. Connor Edwards now coming around the last corner to commence his lap. We're getting through this really fast. And away he goes. First sector time, 38.049. The fastest was a 37.453. Actually sounded like he let off quite a bit into turn 8. Anyway, round he goes. Second sector time is a 26.604. It's just a 10th behind, so he's probably going to slip into about second place here. And across the line, he does, second place, so 17 flat in that last sector. A 121.653 is the time. Apologies, we don't have the timing screen up. ACTV can be a little bit shonky sometimes. Deep Marath, last corner. I realise there's no engine sound. I can't say I know why, but... Oh, wait, I think I know why. There we go, we should have it now. Turn 3. Wait for the straight over bumps, a lot more bumps in this version. He's actually run quite a bit wide onto that curb. He wouldn't have wanted that. That's working fantastic. Now down to turn 8. We'll check the sector time for that one. And it is a 38.04. So quick through there. Bring up our... Oh no, he's locked the rears and slid all the way around the hairpin at turn number 9. So that's going to lose him a bucket load of time. And last corner then. There's a 27.022 and across the line. Funnily enough, the Edwards time is actually coming up now, but that time is enough to get him third. 21.823. Here comes Jack Meredith. Taking a very wide line. The Aussie Brand Racing. You may have noticed an Aussie Brand Racing team. Last year's Bathurst, and I'll turn the game sound down now. So sorry, there's been a lot of issues with that. He was flying all the way over those curbs, and now he's bouncing all around on the run to turn 4, and that's going to be the end of his lap. Straight away. Tried to gain too much time and just leapt over the curbs at turn 1 and 2, which led to turn number 3. Let's quickly look at that. Look at how much air gets out into the wall. So much damage as well with the damage model that we have. Oh, wow. Look how much suspension damage he has, and this is going to be hairy down into this corner at turn number 8. He has to let off all the way up to 190 kilometres an hour. Shoves it down the gears. He'll still finish his lap and find himself probably 10th. I'll tell you what, Rafalo's actually catching up pretty quickly. So... well, he is slowing down, so that's good news. Last corner up and over those curbs at the final corner. To the line. What's the time? Not very quick. 45.014. Funnily enough, he's coming up higher up than Nick Mello on my timing screen, which is odd, and I hope that doesn't continue. Chris Rafalo is our next car. Turn 1 and 2. This is the reigning series champion. All the way over those curbs. Didn't get a cut. Bins in the chat, it seems. I'll tell you one person who isn't binning it, and that's Chris Rafalo. He goes straight purple, 37.361. Look at how quick through turn number 8. He just barely got off the throttle for it. That's how much confidence he has in this car to get through their square. Rotates the car through the hairpin and back down into Victoria Park now. We'll see the second sector time in a moment. Is it going to be purple again? It is, 26.006. We're going to knock Nicholas Gregg off the pole, it seems. Yes, he does. 16.816 in the last sector for a 120.183. So Chris Rafalo, Nicholas Gregg, Connor Edwards, Deep Marath, Jack Callister, Josh Hill, Gus Super, Jack Meredith, and, Nick Mello, and then Jack Meredith. And that is the 9 at the moment. And we will see the Bega car, Chris Munro, coming around the last corner. New addition to Project 4, quite a big signing. You may remember he was here last season in Adelaide in a few of the opening races. Unfortunately couldn't complete the entire thing. But he's here now, and, well, all things going well, here to stay. Up to turn 7. First sector point. It's not purple, it's a 37.656, which is just about 3/10 behind. It's about 3/10 behind Chris Rafalo, so a little bit slower than his main rival. One corner to go. He was also green second sector. So it looks like it might be second place for Chris Munro, and Chris Rafalo is going to get pole position for the opening race of the season. So Chris Rafalo from Chris Munro, Nicholas Gregg, Connor Edwards, Deep Marath, Jack Callister, Josh Hill, Gus Super, Jack Meredith and Nick Mello are your top 10. So well done to Chris Rafalo. We will take a quick break and then we'll come back with the race. We're back in Adelaide and almost ready to go. And I have got a friend in the commentary box. How about that? So, Caleb Pearson, welcome.
Hello, hello.
I should hopefully have the sound settings all right, so should hopefully be able to hear everyone well. Maybe just turn that down just a little bit. Okay, so 2.5 minutes to go before the start of this one, the very first race of a brand new season. And I just want to point out as well that if you want to go and view other people's perspectives, there's a bunch in the video theatre chat in our Discord, which is in the link below. You can join that as well if you want to get in on the series. So let's run through our starting grid then. I think pretty much everyone in the server now. Chris Rafalo is on, except no, not everyone in the server, because there's a missing spot in that second place. And I hope he gets here in 2 minutes' time. And I'm just going to yell out 2 minutes. Hang on. 2 minutes to go. Chris Rafalo, then Chris Munro is meant to be alongside him. Nicholas Gregg, Connor Edwards on the second row. Deep Marath and Jack Callister, formerly Green, on the third row. Gus Super has done a great job in qualifying. Josh Hill, then Jack Meredith and Nick Mello, Max Spivey, Chris Viss, Nash Murdock and Noah, Cruz Kerr and Ronald Williams, Dan G. No, not Dan G. Is that him starting in the middle of the pack? Are you kidding? No, he's definitely not. Oh, because he's in the pit lane, that's why. Okay. Justin Oates, Aaron Recce, Ryan Snooks, Riley Smith, Matthew Cowley, Michael McKenzie, Lachlan Setter, Craig Mealy, and then Nick Gooden as well. Or actually, Craig Mealy's a little bit further back. I think he missed out on qualifying, as it turns out. A lot of support for Justin Oates in the chat, so good on you guys. 50 seconds to the start of this one. Let me get you a stream, hang on.
That would be ideal.
Quickly before the race starts. There we go.
Thank you. Right.
So 15 seconds to the start. Chris Munro is not going to take the start. There is an empty spot, second place on the grid. And so Connor Edwards has clear road in front of him. Lights are on and we're away for round one in Adelaide. 63 laps ahead of us.
Really good start from Rafalo. Another good start from Edwards. Not so great from Greg from the looks of it. It looks like he's getting swamped.
Oh my goodness me, are they going to get through cleanly?
No,
they're not.
No,
There's
not.
one car off, and it's one of the default liveries, which is fantastic because I can't exactly remember who that would be. It's Michael McKenzie who's at the back of the pack now.
So far, looking surprisingly clean from everyone.
It is looking surprisingly clean. Rath just went around a little bit at turn 7, and there's a lot of cars in that area. This is our biggest grid yet, 26 cars on this grid. As they come through turn 8, who's going to fall victim to the wall? Seems like there was one car in there, or a few more in the back, so I believe that's...
Look, are they going 3 wide? Did I just see a potential...
Ryan Snooks is around. There you are. Ryan Snooks. Riley Smith is caught up in that one as well. And there's actually going to be a safety car, as you can hear with that ear-piercing sound. So we'll just actually get the safety car up there. And our penalties as well. So Chris Rafalo leads this race. The safety car's trying to catch up. No, he's not. So it's come out just at the wrong time, and I'm watching the race control feed at the moment. So he's tried to swing across, and looks like he's just going to sit it out and wait. Safety car deployed on lap 1 of the race.
So I wonder who's at fault for that. Looks like a fairly big hit.
He's definitely riding Snooks around. So a shame. We'll have to start this racing once again a bit later on. I don't have a replay of that, which is
It's a bit strange.
a shame, but looks like in my webcam chat, one there's no one in there, which is really handy because I wanted to try that experiment, but I guess it's not happening. The other person who was in there was Chris Munro, but he clearly didn't take the start.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what happened with Munro. Haven't heard anything from him. Hopefully all's well.
We'll get Justin Oates, the Justin Oates fan club in the chat. So there's a view of your boy in the Petronas Mercedes-inspired livery. And Chris Munro shows up. He's a little bit late, but he'll slot in. And Riley Smith is actually disconnected. Oh, kicked from the race. So I wonder if there's a penalty that's not been taken there. That's concerning. I guess this is a good opportunity to go through the grid and take a look at some of these livery. Here's Connor Edwards, who is... Now, hang on. Is there been a problem behind? No, the timing tower just flipped out for some reason. Connor Edwards and Nicholas Gregg both belong to Project 4, different sides of the garage, however, different in the team's championship. The safety car now leads the field.
Some of the liveries on the field look really, really well done.
There's some
big props to everyone who made them.
There's some fantastic ones up and down this grid, so we can look at Nicholas Gregg, which is probably I would say it's the best one. It's fantastic. Project 4 Boeing livery.
I personally slightly prefer the Golf livery, but I may be biased.
It's also very good. It's a good retro throwback, that one. But
both stunning.
yeah, for sure. In this one, in this season, a lot more people have gotten a bit more savvy. The yellow flag's out just a moment ago as Chris Munro does the field pass. So people have gotten a little bit more savvy with their liveries and added things like gloss and different fits and stuff. I don't understand it, but hey, some of it looks pretty good. Here's a Redhead's car, which is utilising some of that. Belongs to Jack Callister. There's an identical one belonging to Jack and Meredith a bit further back. So Aussie Brand Racing, they're both teamed up. Josh Hill, we go a bit further back. This isn't one he's created, we found this online, but it still looks nonetheless. It's a Hungarian-inspired livery.
Looks very good though.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, it's colourful but white and something. Riley Smith is trying to sort himself out.
Is real penalty going to let him back in?
Yeah, I wonder. Usually it kicks, if it kicks someone, it should. V8 Discord, so we may see a reasoning there. No, never mind. Safety car will be in this lap. There you are.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's mostly gotten themselves sorted so far.
Everyone is swerving side to side. Well, they should stop now. Now that the safety car lights are out, the safety car is accelerating away from the field. Just to keep the temperature in the tyres. It's such a vital part of this game. Making sure your tyres are up to temperature and able to get sufficient grip. Glowing brake lights are plenty there despite the slow speeds they're running around at. So Rafalo should now have control of the field. And he accelerates away now. And down to the last corner. Getting ready. Back underway. Yeah, straights are for brake temperature and also for the tyres. So Rafalo leads them across the line. Lap 5 of 63 here in Adelaide. And up across the chicane. Looks like they are clean thus far. See where your favourite driver is positioned. So there's Mealy, Cowley and Snooks bringing up the rear of the pack as we go forward a bit. Noah's actually gone straight on the escape road, so that's going to drop him right back. There's a couple of cars off, and Ryan Snooks a little bit wide as well. Never mind that.
Looks like everyone's kept it fairly clean for the first half a lap restart.
Turn 8, you see how close some of them get. Mello in particular, one of them. Oh, big crash! Seth has gone straight into the wall. And a couple of people have to try and avoid him now. And there's someone in the back of him.
Oh, that's really not going very well.
Is that the fan favourite? I believe it is. So that was Oates with a big issue there because he went straight into the stricken car at turn number 8. It's a blind corner that it's very difficult to see. Yellow flags will be flying, but even then, still difficult. Already up to 100 messages. Very strange. Oh, another safety car, you're kidding. So we're going to be brought back under control of the safety car. I feel this maybe a common theme. We'll see how it goes. Let's check the replay of that. And you can see all the cars trying to squirm around. So Seto must have gone straight in. Turn out we just saw the end of it where maybe glanced the inside wall or something. We just saw the end of it where he ended up sitting in the middle. And to be fair, it's kind of difficult to get the car going again from that sort of stop in that sort of position where the walls are so close together and you're trying not to fire into the path of someone else as well.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to go see what's happened to Setter.
Alright. So pit reporter as well. So there's Riley Smith, he's back out on track. Chris Munro's also back out on track. Oates sits in 22nd position after that. He's in the pit lane, he must be in the pit lane. Setter definitely is, so there he is. Is that the safety car only going out now? I think it might well be. So there's been a miscommunication there in race control, which for once is out of my hands. Which I'm somewhat happy about. There's a DNF for Rafalo. Is that true? Chris Rafalo, the race leader, has disconnected from the session. He is out. No, he's not. So it's ACTV being a bit silly again. He's actually down in 5th, so I wonder if there's been maybe there has been an internet issue with lag backwards. tell you what, the Justin Oates fan club is getting ready for a lynching of the Confederate soldiers because they are not happy at all. Let's use this moment to fix up some car sounds because apparently I don't test this stuff before. Control the safety car. The safety car apparently is still nowhere to be seen. Got Narks to say hello to Maxim from Spain, so good on you, thanks for joining us. So the safety car, hopefully this doesn't go too much longer because we've still got a lot of racing to do. And maybe it'll thin out. So next lap I imagine. Whoa, 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 okay, so safety car came in and then it didn't, so miscommunication there in race control. Anyway, we are going for another lap. Caleb, thank you for getting my attention. It's been difficult sometimes.
Yeah, all good. So from what Seta was saying, he just turned in slightly too early at turn 8 and clipped the inside curb. I see what you mean about the fan club. I was watching on YouTube and didn't see any of this.
Yes. All on Twitch. So we go out to a couple of different platforms. We go out to Twitch, we go to YouTube, and we also head out to Twitter. And if Restream allowed me to, I would go to Facebook as well. But anyway, nevertheless, still got plenty of viewers tonight. We're grateful for your company.
Yeah, always good to have supportive people in the chat.
If you are subscribed to Velocity Premium, then you get the Mega Wall, which is running okay. It's running okay. So that's got a couple of different viewpoints, including from race control and live timing as well. So there's your little shill moment for you. Safety car hopefully in this lap. Now is that the little... Josh Hill's dropped back a couple of positions and Rafalo has gone to the front. So I think there's been a redress situation there where Rafalo, who was leading before, had an internet cutout, come back up to the front. And well, we'll have to check that.
Do you want to hear a funny story about Oates when he was younger? Depends on if it's stream appropriate.
I think that'd be great fun. So we're almost ready to go. Thank you to all of our new followers, by the way, both on Twitch and our subscribers on YouTube as well, who are joining us for round 1 as we get underway again. There's someone round already, and it's Super at the final corner, and he's going to have to wait forever. He's going to fall to the back, I imagine.
Do we have a replay of that? Question is, did he get touched or did he just spin himself? It's very easy to spin out of that corner, especially at low
might
speeds.
Have a replay. Let's have a look. No, we didn't catch the actual incident, but nevertheless, it's Rafalo from Edwards from Greg, Callister, Hill. Hang on. It's not still yellow. So our safety car thing seems to be stuck on, which is fantastic. There's always little teething issues on night 1, but never mind that.
We'll get it sorted sooner or later.
Now Mello just got past Meredith there, coming down to the hairpin. So a crash further back as Mackenzie's run a little bit wide. Still isn't going apparently. So also our timing tower is going a little bit haywire as well, so more issues to add to it. Ronald Williams, be careful, for goodness sake. I thought it was going to merge right into traffic there, going at, well, no speed at all. Josh Hill defending from Nick Mello, who's a very eager to get past and get up closer to where his other teammates are in Edwards and Greg.
Very eager and very quick. I would not be surprised if he hasn't moved on quickly.
Nearly grabbed the right rear quarter panel of Hill's VF Commodore. Mackenzie wide at turn number 3.
Looks like Miller's gotten past Hill.
He has, and I've just missed it. But as so he gets past, and now Meredith is looking right on the back of him. Oh no! Don't! He's gonna go for a dive already. Grabs him just a little bit. They're going to be side by side on the run out of the corner.
Slightly dangerous, but it looks like he might be able to get it done into turn 1.
He needs to stick in behind, I'm sure. Yep, just play it conservative. Maybe have a crack at turn 9. That's your best opportunity. If you get the good exit out of 7, although he might get it a little bit earlier because of how, look how wide Josh Hill run there. And if you screw up one of these corners, it ruins your entire flow through all of them. All 4 of them. Lap 12.63. Rafalo leads the race from Edwards and then Greg. Callister sits in 4th. Callister not very quick at all in the practice sessions, but he's still holding his own there in 4th.
God, the fan club is really out to get Setter lately, aren't they?
They are. Goodness me, they are. Riley Smith is out of the race. That's our only retirement.
Munro, we're really not sure what happened to. He didn't grab the start for some reason, and I think he's on the field at the moment, but I'm not entirely sure.
He is. He's 23rd at the moment, so down there in the back. Meredith, big slide. He's out into the wall.
Oh, Meredith around.
Oh, big damage, and he has to. Everyone has to file past.
Meredith around. Looks like he clipped Chris on the way through.
Needs to be very, very, very careful. through those
Could be damaged.
corners. Look at the damage on the back of that Redhead's Bundaberg car, and he spun it again. I've just realised Max Bive in the tail light, which is interesting, but you can see new bit of a different damage model. There's bits hanging off of the car. We saw the front of it hanging off, or the front of the car hanging off at Bathurst, if you remember. The leading car, Rafalo and Rath, ended up in the wall, and you could see the front bumper or front splitter hanging off of the front. So it's great to have that damage model in here. It gives us a good indication of how much a driver's going to be struggling, and I wouldn't want to be following him through turn 8, that's for sure, at the moment.
So from the looks of things, Meredith made the same mistake he made in the top 10 shootout.
He's actually grabbed the wall again, coming back into Victoria Park, so he's going to limp back round to the pit lane. Meanwhile, Mallow and Callister side by side. Mallow swoops around the outside, and he gets it done. Yes, he does. Turn number 6. Now, watch Jack Callister here. If he can get the run, which it doesn't look like he has, so never mind that. I was going to say he could have had a crack at turn number 9. Let's take a quick look at the replay then of Meredith's accident. So you can see coming down to the first chicane. Yeah, got it all out of shape up over that. Oh, wow. Seemed like the damage came from that hit with, it was one of the Trust Performance Technologies car, I think this. So I'm getting messages from my race director about a real penalty issue with the safety car staying on screen, the little box there, so we've disabled it from this stream. Don't mind that. And that time, 2.3 seconds now, Callister has lost to Mello in the Aussie Brand racing car. Mackenzie is off the road at the final corner, and he resumes. Go to a battle up here with Rath and Murdock. So Rath usually a very quick driver, and he is dominated the Toyota 86 series that we just ran, as Noah has seemed to have an off, and that's down at turn number 6. Go back. Blinking green light coming from Murdock's car, which is may well have to be rectified soon, and I'm not quite sure how he's done that. Like I said, people exploiting the limits of what they can do with liveries as we get our first car into the pits, and it's Josh Hill. So, well, our first car, I imagine, without damage. So he does, oh no, he does have damage. Bit of suspension damage, as you can see there, turning the wheel. So Rath has just gone past Murdock while we were watching that, and up to 7th position. We've already got a steward's report in, which is fantastic. It's what we like to see. It's not what we like to see at all. But things happen out on the racetrack sometimes, and we'll go back to 10th position. This is Cruz Kerr with Aaron Recce. So Cruz new to the series. And the Mercedes, well, not the Mercedes, it's in the Holden, but painted in Mercedes colours. Maybe we could get a Mercedes in here, the old E63.
I think VA's Corsa are actually working on that.
Oh, there's been rumours about that for a while. We'll see
I mean,
if it
yeah.
actually eventuates. Chris Munro, meanwhile, is slicing through the pack, and if he gets a safety car, then it could bring him well back into the race, because we let lapped cars through. We don't let them come all the way around, but about halfway around the track. And anyway, they get that lap back and don't have to slice through traffic as much. So safety car, and he might be in with a chance. These two teammates, Nicholas Gregg and Nicholas Mello. So, does Rafalo run a little bit off at the chicane, I wonder? Because he's just dropped a position back to Murdock.
Spivey's having a good race.
He certainly is, and he's certainly improved a lot since he... Oh, so close to the wall. I think Bello actually just grabbed it. Yeah, he's improved a lot since last season, really been working on it, so full credit to him.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see him doing well.
So we watch this battle for the final podium position between the two teammates. Project 4 looking dominant so far this season. Mello's actually going for a big dive. Is he going to get it done? He is. Very well done. Didn't expect him to go that early, but never mind that. And I've said that a few times, haven't I?
Yeah, I've noticed Miller's been getting a lot more aggressive with his overtaking lately.
Absolutely.
It's been very good to see.
He's got massive competition. He's making his formal return to the series, running a full calendar this time, which is great to see. I saw a question earlier, do these guys need to be 0.0 with alcohol? We haven't enshrined it in the rule book, and we've got no way of really checking it, but I guess it's probably a good idea.
It's weird, I think a lot of the guys actually tend to go faster while on alcohol, really not sure why.
And learner's plates as well. So, well, there's Nick Goonan, which we can use... Well, actually, hang on. There's a bit more interesting things going on up ahead, because that's Recce just past Kerr there. And that's for position 8. So, well, Recce in position 8, and he's done a very good job to get there. Kerr as well. Oh, he's going for a big dive, and he's actually bumped him. So a little bit wide off the road. Would he be told to give that back? I'm not sure. Goonan slips past as well. So they're going to be... Oh, I thought they might have been side by side. They take the more sensible option, perhaps. Going into that chicane. It's really single line only if you both want to stay on the track. And they're right up behind Callister as well, who doesn't seem to be having a brilliant race after that start. Oh, he's tagged him.
Oh no, that's really not going well.
Tried to have a move and got up on top of the curb. Spun it round. And away. Quick look at that replay. It was coming into turn number 5. Goonan got a little bit of a slide on route out of that corner. Gave Recce a half opportunity. Goonan came across to cover as well. Recce was forced up onto the curb and couldn't scrub off the speed fast enough and ended up in the side, so he may well be penalised for that. We will see. The Justin Oates fan club will be pleased to know that he has worked his way up into 12th, as there's Mackenzie, who's spun round again. He's a newcomer to this series as well, and is getting lapped now. With time, speed should increase, so we've seen that with a lot of different drivers. I point in particular to Josh Monty last season, who was frankly woeful at the start and has really improved over time to be a proper midfield runner. Let's go a bit further up the field. So Edwards, Mello and Greg.
All three of them part of the Project 4 garage. Looks like Mello's getting closer to Edwards.
Mello's the head of that organisation, so well, they'll all be wanting bragging rights, I'm sure. But he's done a very good job putting together this team. Managed to sign on Chris Munro, which, although since he didn't take the start, he's quite a fair way down the order. He is an alien, quite frankly.
Extremely fast driver.
Absolutely. Chris Rafalo looks to be getting a good start to this season. He sits at the moment in first position, 6.3 seconds ahead of Edwards, and there's a bit of traffic up here for the second and third places to contend with. That's Ronald Williams up ahead, and Mello actually goes past. Now that looked like a planned move to me. Looked like he ended up off the racing line, maybe got off the throttle a bit, did Edwards, and Mello's just slid past. So if we don't ban team orders here, Goonan's round again, and he's at turn number 4. And it's so difficult trying to find a clear spot to spin himself around. He's got Bert on the back, he's got Krusty Burger, he's got Sneed's Seed, and the Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's. He's got Bert on the back. L-plate, I mean, he's done a great job at this livery.
Fan club will be happy to know that Oates has gone up a position.
Good on him.
Seems to be having a very good race. Is he new to the series?
He is. And he's certainly recovered well after that incident earlier. Now, I wonder how long until we start getting pit stops. Well, did anyone pit before, during that safety car? Let's see. A couple did. Justin Oates apparently have had 16 times through the pit lane, although I don't think that's right. So, just a hunch. In fact, he's had 17 times, so it's definitely not right because he didn't just go through there. Matty Cowley, that is down at the hairpin at turn 9, I believe, and Murdock's actually just ran a little bit wide. He's had his own incident, and Cowley was just sitting there.
That's going to cause some damage on the Ultima of Cowley.
Sure, and I don't imagine he'd be too happy about copping much more. There's Munro, 21st position. He's still got a fair way to go before he catches up to the leaders.
Slowly but surely clawing his way back up the grid.
Now that's Cowley off the road in the background as we watch Nash Murdock with the blinking green lights. We apologise if you have epilepsy. Look away now. I'll try and get those fixed for next time. Wrath is it's coming up on some... Oh, it's actually chaos. You've got people on 3 different laps here. So Greg's on the lead lap, and then Wrath and Murdock there are 1 lap behind, and then Snooks is behind, 2 laps behind. Him and Williams, I believe, are fighting over position. They are. No, they're not. Because Snooks is a bit further up. So Williams is actually an extra lap behind, it seems. So fast, that turn.
So has Riley Smith managed to find a way back onto the grid?
It doesn't appear so, and that's going to be a big hit for him points-wise. Here comes Noah coming out of the pit lane now. Releases the limiter. Into turn 1. Just a plain red VF Commodore for this one. But that should hopefully be fixed for next time. Kerr update, 7th place. He's kind of in no man's land, which is why I haven't been switching to him recently, so that'll suit that fan club. As Meredith is going side by side with Noah, who's just come out the pit lane. I imagine cold tyres. Meredith. Get out of it. Oh, goodness. He was nearly... I thought he was going to go side by side through there for a moment. That wouldn't have been very admin worthy. Matt Cowley has retired from the race. So pulls up. There's Mackenzie, who's spun round once more at turn 9. He's not having the best of days.
What happened to Wrath? It seems very weird that he's that far down low.
It does, doesn't it? I can't say that I'm particularly sure. He ended up... He qualified 6th position, I think, after the shootout.
I wonder if he got caught up in some of the drama that's been going on during the race.
Likely so. Things change.
Wrath was a part of one of the turn 9 misses. That makes a lot of sense. Meredith is fast, but he's also very aggressive.
Yeah, he finds himself in the wall a lot and in incidents a lot, and he's just picked up another. The Quali Ban, the legend of Quali Ban continues because he has picked up one in Go Race now. That was announced earlier today in Go Race Promotions. Or the Sim Sports, whatever they call it.
Yeah, very quick, but not the most disciplined driver. Tends to get himself in a lot of incidents.
I think Reki must have had an off somewhere because his hill has found himself past. Some good racing up and down the field, although out at the front, Chris Rafalo, 10 seconds is the margin. He's actually catching up on Meredith and Noah up there.
Yeah, to be totally honest, I'm not entirely sure why Chris Rafalo isn't in Kerr's car. It seemed to make sense to have the Mercedes out the front.
Yeah. That's Spivey getting past Kerr, so... I should just call it the HSK Racing fan. I think that's the name. HSK Racing. Good on them. 9:10, we're running late. Really late. Which is, hopefully it all goes well. And in comes Kerr into the pit lane. So the first stop. Some people... We originally had 2 mandatory stops for tyres in this race. We've since abolished that rule. And some people are going to try and go with just a single stop. There's Reki parked up just behind in the pit lane. So Kerr, I imagine, will go first. Off he goes.
Javier, do we want another commentator? Matt Caldwell has just thrown his hat in the ring.
Yeah, sure. I just realised I haven't seen Caldwell at all.
Yeah, he's been busy with rally commitments and things like that, doing Carnicross.
Yeah, I'm happy to have him. Sorry, I'm not really watching Discord. Anyway.
Yeah, no, he PM'd me. Favorite dinner? Couldn't tell you. I like too many foods.
I'll think of one. I like a good lasagna.
That's a good shout. That's a very good shout.
Meredith side by side. This looks familiar. Is he going to try and get it? Oh my god, for goodness sake. Don't turn anyone around there. All the drivers have been expressly warned that you have to stick in behind. You have to go single file through that 8th corner.
Oh, Matt's server muted. Can we fix that?
Yeah. Oh.
Fantastic.
Also not good sound for the Discord, but Matt Caldwell joins us in the commentary box as well.
How we doing?
I'm doing very well. There goes Meredith past Kerr. So that's for 11th position.
Looks like a very clean move.
I came back just in time to see Meredith's signature driving style.
Chris Rafalo is in the pit lane. We'll keep you updated on his progress. I imagine he will go down that pit lane, stop in his pit box, and then come out the pit lane at some point. So, meanwhile, we've got other stuff on screen. Noah is trying to get past Kerr, and he does,
A
because
little bit
Kerr
rough
ran,
over the ripple strip there.
yeah, he ran well wide and out into the wall even. Up and over
Again.
that curb. So he's dropped 2 positions in this lap.
Is this a long stint for him?
It seems so. I haven't got pit stop data for half of the people, and I do for another half. Here comes Rafalo. That was a long time in the pit stall. His box is right at the end because he qualified on pole.
I would say that this is about the time where fuel is going to start playing a factor into the race.
For sure.
This is such a good circuit, and I'm bummed I didn't make the start for this one.
Meredith is a
Yeah, what
dirty
were you
player,
doing?
so good idea to let him through instead of having him crash into him, says Toady Nation. Look, no comment.
Matt's got a lot of experience with that, don't you, Matt?
Yeah. Let's let's just leave it at yes. I
A little
think
bit of a
would be the
friendly
step
bumper
with
run.
And on your comment, it's my mum's birthday, so
Ah, fair enough.
I had more important commitments, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's alright.
Oates and P9 fan club's going wild.
Munro is down at... He's just gone down at the last corner. So uncharacteristic mistake from him. He's in 19th position. Looking to still
Is
get
he
a
on
few
the lead
points. Not yet. So if we...
That's strange seeing the Munro last name at the bottom of the board.
It is odd, isn't it?
Yeah, he didn't make the start for some reason. We're not sure why, but he started like 2 laps down from the pit lane.
So 2 laps behind at the moment. There he is. And you can see 14 cars on the lead lap now, which is a decent rate.
A couple surprises looking on the scoreboard there. Wrath down a little bit further than he usually is.
Yeah, there's been a couple of incidents. He was part of one of the incidents at turn 9, that's why he's so far down.
Okay. It is a tricky one, turn 9.
So Chris Rafalo now 48 seconds off the lead because of that pit stop.
Yeah, Rafalo did pit. He had a fuel stop.
So full tank. I guess so, right to the end. Satisfy the fan club. Sorry. I mean,
Is this in the stream chat?
Yeah, Twitch chat. Matt, there's a question from the fan club. What are you eating? It sounds good.
Me eating?
no, it's me.
Ah,
Yeah, I was
fair
gonna
enough.
say I'm not eating anything.
Sorry, just some chips.
Sounded like you.
Oh, Chris Fisk straight into the wall, turn 8. And that
Oh,
is
that's not going well.
That's going to be big damage to that Trust Performance
have to have,
Technologies car.
I'll have to have strong words with him later.
Yeah,
That's
Matt
alright.
Caldwell, of course, in the same team. And at least he showed up for this. Look at that damage.
Are you saying you don't love your mum, Shove? Oh, steering wheel's just about as straight as Chris right now.
Bro, it's a combox. Calm down.
Thought banter was encouraged.
Down he comes.
Good vibes in chat, yeah, man.
Let's get a replay of that one.
I wonder how costly that's going to be for him.
Very. The amount of damage that was
So
on that
what-
car.
Did he grab the curb?
Looks
or
like he
did-
just got loose.
Inside wall, I reckon.
Ricochet.
Bit
Yeah.
loose.
Quick
Didn't
inside
top on
ball
that one.
bounced off.
Now this is quite the camera angle.
I was
looking
talking
over
to the other
shoulders.
drivers.
Go on.
It is. I was talking to a couple of drivers, and with turn 8, they say they could almost take it flat out for qualifying purposes, and it's just
Is that a
insane.
car?
There's a car around there.
sideways? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Craig Mealy, which we've just noticed. Is it?
Is that the Wilson security entry?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
GRM colours. So
At
Craig
least he's
Mealy
being
in 20th
cautious not to
place.
get into anyone else's way.
He's doing absolutely the right thing. So good on for that. Another newcomer to this series. It's a tough start. It's tough place to start is Adelaide. Where's the next one? Melbourne. Melbourne should be...
Melbourne will be good fun.
Melbourne's... I like... We usually put on a good race there. So merely now into the pits to fix that damage. We watch Nick Mello and we wonder when will he pit. As Rafalo comes up on the back of Josh Hill. Lap 32 of 63. We are just past halfway and 40 minutes till time certainty. So they should get it all in.
Going to be cutting it very close to time certain.
Yeah.
What would you say? 40 minutes?
I think so. I don't remember. I have a short memory.
Now, I've just got a
31
message about
laps.
setter and blue flags, and I think that's gone to the wrong channel. It's gone to the admin channel instead of the race control channel. But that'll appeal the fan club over there.
Yeah, they've really got it out for setter today. I mean, I can't really blame them, but
I might have recently spoken to him, and he might have just claimed he was responsible for one of the safety cars.
yes, he was.
Goonan69 was who taught me to drive manual in a good guy's car park. So even if he isn't the best driver, he's a good teacher.
That's
Nicholas
blessed.
Craig Pitt.
Hey, wholesome content.
Yeah,
Love it.
we got some wholesome chat right now. Good vibes.
Hello from a small town in Wales, says Mr. I know you're not in bloomin' Wales.
Yeah, Sed is an interesting driver, I'll put it that way.
Unintentionally deadly.
Yeah. Oh, is it really unintentional though?
No comment. Let's move this along. We love him though, we do.
12 seconds, 13 seconds it's behind Chris Rafalo as he is catching up now to Josh Hill. Want to get past as quick as possible, trying to perform the undercut on his...
Fantastic camera angle, that one.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very rare to see Munro down this low. Hopefully he can find some time and claw his way back up the field.
It's a big points race as well. This is, what did I say, 225 points on offer here today. Which is the same as it is for the entire round in a sprint round. Which will be at a sprint round next time. Jack Callister in the pit lane, and instead of the pits we're looking at a house, which is nice. But, never mind that. There he goes. So, can we have a never mind that counter?
We
A
can.
lot of chaos in the back part of this circuit. Cars in close
Cool.
proximity. Was that setter once more into the wall? They're going to be 3 abreast a bit further back.
Mello's looking for a way through. These are all blue flags by
These-
my understanding.
They sure are.
Doesn't seem like anybody's making too much of an effort to get out of his way.
And he won't be happy about that because he is leading the race.
No.
Got to grab as much time as possible.
Who's this holding position in front of him?
Setter.
I can't see him.
And he's actually decided to get
Yeah.
out of that traffic and pit. So this will be interesting to
wise
see
call.
where he comes out relative to Rafalo. He's already catching up on Callister. He's got the...
We'll see.
Edwards
Don't
also.
mind that.
Going to be cutting it very fine between Rafalo and Mello here, I would say.
See, it's a long stop. I don't... Mello's still mobile.
I think Mello's
Has he
just left.
come out? He has come out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite the lead.
Really
he's got.
well done.
So, unless he's short fueled, and here comes Connor Edwards actually, and he does the right thing and stays out of the way. It's always a bit of a hairy pit exit, that one. So this is the battle for second. Callister out of position. Oh, lock the rears.
Good recovery though.
He did well to save it, and he still remains right behind. Oh, Snooks and
Cars
Senna both
around.
round at turn number 9.
I wonder who's caused that.
Well, the funny thing is, I actually wouldn't put any bets on that.
Yeah, no.
Genuinely wonder.
Yeah, they both have a bit of a reputation.
Well, Snooks is doing the right thing and not getting into the racing line. Well, he's not
From
moving at all,
Is he?
actually.
He's kind of like
he
the
still
person
there?
at the lights, which you have to honk
Has
because they
Snooks-
haven't noticed the lights gone green. But Rafalo has now gotten past Callister.
Has Snooks thrown his wheel across the room? That's the
Yes,
question.
uh,
He's disconnected.
Yeah, so Snooks out of the race.
Oh.
Craig Mealy
It-
at the same time is also out of the race, so we now have 4 DNFs in this one. Snooks, Mealy, Cowley and Smith are all out.
Petition for a on-screen dummy spit counter.
We can't really say if it was Setter again. They're both fairly well known for things like that, so it's kind of hard to point a blame at the moment without having any kind of replay.
Mellows
Ed-
and Edwards have both dropped back. I missed that. I managed to grab the replay. I wonder if they've had it off further back. Said Mellow pit on the timing board, but don't think he's gone all the way through. Bit odd. Never mind.
Did Mello potentially get a drive-through?
Potentially.
For speeding on pit entry, do you think?
Yeah.
It would have come up down the bottom there. That's what I'm checking at the moment with my app screen up. But yeah,
Because he had a, 12, 13 second gap, and that doesn't quite make sense to have gone that far, that quickly.
All we know is he's got iced coffee pumping through his veins at the moment.
this is
And
Curran
then
Oates.
70% iced coffee. The two sister cars.
Good looking sister cars at that.
And there's Rath behind.
Expecting the chat to blow up any minute now.
Waiting. Has to slip in behind. 4 people. They're going to make it all through
No.
turn 8. Well done.
No wall contact at all.
How's turn 9 going to go? That's the question.
Fantastic defense
actually,
under braking
Oates-
from car 3 there.
Oates has just gone
Very-
straight on. He's actually stopped down there. But back to the battle for 12th.
Ooh, heavy locking.
Big lock up into the final turn from Kerr.
Yeah, no good for that front tyre deg.
Goonan's got a front row seat to this battle. And a front row seat in the sense that not just the view he's got, but also if these two have a scuffle at all, could potentially take 2 positions. Get himself into
Well,
12th.
that's premium for him. Get him into the top 10 as well, wouldn't it? Oh no, 12. Sorry, my bad.
Just outside.
We'll quickly head to the front because Mello is putting a move on his teammate. I say putting a move.
Putting a move? That looks like team orders, mate.
Once more.
Yeah, that's the second time we've suspected that tonight.
So third place for him. Callister is still yet to pit. 38 laps in.
Didn't count Mello as the Dom, but well, there you go.
I mean, he is the team owner.
Side by side. And he gets past. So Rath gets the exit off that final corner, turn 13, the Adelaide hairpin. And Kerr has to yield. Though he was deep under brakes, he saw how much the car pitched there. He's actually lost a little bit more time. Rath up into 12th, his next target. 6.9 seconds up the road is Noah. Now, meanwhile, Super and Oates. So Super's just gotten past Oates. Super is in 15th at the moment. He qualified well up the order. He was in... Oh, goodness me. I want to say 8th position. Big crash,
Huge
Munro.
hit into Munro. Huge hit from Josh Hill into Chris Munro. I wonder if that was a miscommunication between the two of them.
Oh, dearie me.
Munro is not going to be happy about that.
Not at all. And he's still staying there. Oates has major damage as he limps back to the pit lane. And here come the chat. Munro's sitting in the middle of the room. We'll take a look. So I had actually looked away for half a second, so this is my first time seeing this as well. Oh, dearie me.
Oh. Looks like Munro clipped the wall of his own accord first and was trying to recover.
I think he was trying to recover towards the offside of the track, and he's just gotten caught up in it.
Wasn't expecting anyone to come through as he did.
He's actually out of the race.
He's trying to do the right thing.
Now.
But
Munro's out of the race.
Yep. Now I wonder if there's a safety car condition out here because, yeah, real penalty's gone nuts on the top of the screen, and a bunch of people are in the pits. So, yes, the safety car is out, and Meredith has crashed under it. Oh, he's got a drive-through for speeding somehow. No. And he's tried to bash himself past Nash Murdock on the way into the pit lane. So Jack Meredith with the drive-through for speeding, trying to get himself into the pit lane. I reckon he overshot it. Just ever so slightly grabbed the pit lane limits. And
Meredith, what is he doing? He seems to be doing Meredith things. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Rogue Bandit 2013, thank you for the follow. I've actually seen a follow I've noticed it, so that's good. And Skip Barber Championship as well. So we'll keep an eye here. So this is the chaos that went on down the pit lane. Yeah, you could see Meredith in the background. He overshot, and the witness marks. Murdock also overshot and in practice getting in, goodness me. And
you know what? That's perfectly a character for Jack. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Certified quali ban moment.
Certified quali ban moment. And Numbie spit number 5 on the counter.
Lorenzo would know all about quali ban moments, wouldn't he? Based on the NASCAR race.
Monkey.
Under the control of the safety car, lap 40 of 63. We should get back underway soon.
Now, from my understanding, this is safety car number 3?
This is the third one, yes.
So we might be looking for some emergency pit stops for tyres, I assume.
Well, I'm surprised that Callister hasn't found his way into the pit lane yet. I wonder if he pitted under the first safety car.
That, or he just has a preference of grid position over fresh tyres.
Looks like they might be starting to let lapped cars. Are they letting lapped cars pass?
They did, yes.
Okay, so as Jack Meredith takes his drive-through, he has. By the way, that's under safety car. He has to take the drive-through. Otherwise, real penalty will say no, no, no. And for whatever reason, you can't delay it till after a safety car period is ended.
Got a very competitive pack of cars up the front. This is going to be a very interesting restart.
For sure, and you can see them starting to pack up now.
Well, we remember that Mello's on fresh rubber, so I wouldn't mind seeing him mince Callister quite quickly, but then again... No, seriously, it could be good seeing Callister defend from that.
Especially when you consider just how old Callister's tyres must be at the moment.
And he's got the experience. How many years has he been doing VRL for?
I think he was part of the first season,
Since
was he
we
not?
started, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the numbers under his belt.
Don't watch those. Please.
Yeah, there is actually a player driving the safety car.
Yep. Dan G, thank you very much for your efforts in that. I should also shout out Cameron Costa, who's our race director for tonight, and has taken it out of my control, which is fantastic. Now the car's being told to stick to the left here while there's some more lapped cars being pulled through. I believe there's
the
some
race
braking
director
procedure.
seems to be doing an awesome job.
Well, I was just about to say he's done something wrong, because
I'll shut up.
All together. Once they're all together, then the lapped cars go past, but never mind that. Another one for the counter. And there's lots of collisions that are popping up on my screen. Lachlan Setter, Aaron Recce, Lachlan Setter, Jack Meredith. And Setter's just there. I think he's going to try and get through, I would think. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic at the back there. Progressing quite slowly.
We seem to have a couple fan favourites. Adane in the chat really wants to see Callister on the podium.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there. Going to be a very, very good finish.
Well, with almost 20 laps to go.
Oh, the safety car thing actually works. How about that? So
Amazing.
glorious. And the safety car's just gone through the wall, which is even more glorious. Callister will control the field now, and we're almost ready to go for the restart. So Munro's caused the safety car that he really needed to get into this race, and and he's actually out of it now. So already seriously on the back foot.
Got a
Callister will
quick
lead
question
them.
from somebody in chat about how to donate to VRL.
I've got to get PayPal fixed, so that's one. Do it another time.
Never
I'll
mind that.
I'll get it fixed before our next race. And
Another one
Just
for the
as an
Nev Bond
idea.
counter as they go for the safety car restart.
Yeah, do we have an actual tally for that?
And we're away, so green flags. Back in the air, no overtaking until the control line. End up clean through turn 3. Down to 4. There's a big dive there for Vis on Spivey. Can't get it done. Looks like they all filed their way through the first few corners just right. Long race tonight. Thank you for sticking with us.
Mello seems to be sticking to the back of Callister like glue. All the Velcro you had on your primary school shoes.
He's had a little bit of a move. Or he just grabbed the
Just
right
sticking the
rear
nose in, making him know that he's still there.
Could well see a change for the lead here soon. So 20 laps to go when they next cross the line. Now there's collisions aplenty. Noah's diving straight into the pit lane.
We have an update from Munro. T8 Death couldn't get the car back to the pits, under the gun from the start, so oh well, maybe next race.
There you have it. And it's so much more important to get the car back to the pits now, since we don't allow the a return to pits button. Let's go on board with Chris Rafalo, whose race seems to have slipped away from him slightly, despite having a tremendous lead. Mello is going to try and get a run. I don't think he's going to get far enough before turn 8. Slide in behind. It's too far back now.
Yeah, dropping in behind's really hurt him there.
And Rafalo's gotten past Greg. A little bit of a wiggle again.
Yes, seems to have made short work of Mello's offsider.
Mello will want to get this done quickly on Callister if he wants any chance of holding Rafalo up.
Now, was there slight
Especially
suspension
he's on
damage
red
from
tyres.
Greg? There may well be.
It does, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely right hand down.
Oh, now there is for sure. It's coming straight back across the track and got it into the pit lane. What an
That could have gone
incredible
horribly,
piece of
horribly
driving.
wrong.
You could not make that up if you tried.
That is ridiculous.
Federer again. I didn't see anything with Federer in that.
Ignoring the bit where he went into the wall, that's a very good bit of driving. Just looking at it again on my Mega Wall. We'll bring up a replay
Mello really looking to get this done.
in a moment. Michael McKenzie has become our 5th retirement, or our 6th retirement.
Sixth on the dummy spit counter, thank you very much.
So we're down to 19 cars. Oh, big crash! Mello into the wall!
What is that?
That's Rafalo and Mello tangling up there.
Nick Mello's touched the wall, gone spinning 360s.
Oh, do I want to save that for a replay, or do I want to save
Yes,
the
you do. We
epic-
need to
Yeah,
see that
right.
again.
We'll watch that again then. So, and now there's carnage at turn number 9. So that has put Mello out of it.
There's a whole battle pack here now, 4 or 5 cars, all trying to get it.
I think the fan club's just looking at every car and going, yeah, that's set up whenever there's a crash.
Yeah, so there's 4th through to 7th, I'm pretty sure, in that pack. Oh,
Oh, Rafalo's
oh
done
my.
David Coulthard. Did that in the 1995 race and found himself out of it. Formula 1 and...
So Mello has pit to fix damage.
Yep.
That must have been a
Look at
significant
that.
hit.
Must have been.
He'll be kicking himself over that one.
He's managed to get it back and continue on. Look at this little battle pack here. So we got Hill, Meredith, Vis, Spivey, and Rath all in close proximity. Spivey really up to the front, isn't he?
Chris Vasari is looking good in that Trust Performance Mustang.
I was going to ask.
I wonder who designed that.
I'm not biased, I promise.
It's not like it's your team or nothing.
think that was Spivey so close to the wall. There's two moves going on here. So that's Rath down the inside.
Nissan run wide.
But he's run wide. Meredith looking past Hill. I've just realised that is Meredith, isn't it? So he's
That is Meredith, yes.
He's swung his way up to the front despite having a drive-through penalty, which...
Phenomenal recovery.
Honestly, that was a stunning piece of driving to save that and not hit anyone.
This is the incident. Yep.
Oh,
Glance the
he's
inside wall.
ricocheted off the inside wall.
So easy to do when you're pushing the limits.
Very good by Edwards to avoid that incident.
Crash there.
Oh, cars around.
Visaru.
It's Rath and Visaru.
Wow. So... wonder if there's a locked brake or something there, or... That's caused
Do we
that.
get to see that again?
May have been just out of shot. Yeah, we just caught the end of it. Oh, bring back. It's going to drop him a couple of positions. Oh, went straight over that curb. The car
Absolute
lifted up.
airtime.
Super has spun round on the entry into Victoria Park. So we go back to Jack Callister.
The high intensity and long length race is beginning to show, I think, on some of our drivers.
200 kilometres. This is shorter than what we did last season for the first race, which was 250. It was about 2 hours long. A real challenge. And, yeah, I'm a little bit kinder to them this year. Meredith in the back of Hill, and he's spun around.
Oh no!
And he's taken out both cars ahead of him.
That is a certified Jack Meredith
That's a
moment.
certified Meredith moment, is it not? Good.
He has gone full cowboy.
He has gone full Jack Meredith.
Here comes the
And
chat.
you never really want to go full Jack Meredith.
Josh Hill remains down there, and Jack Callister pits. So after all that, Meredith is going to be in the lead.
That's painful for Josh Hill. He's lost heaps of places.
There is no way Meredith doesn't get a penalty for that.
Some bumping between Visaru and Spivey as they come down into the chicane. Oh, a little bit of a touch.
Oh,
And Chris has managed to get it done somehow.
very well saved. Very, very well saved. Rath going for a move down the inside, doesn't quite have the speed.
You had to dart left and right and try and... because they were both having a bit of trouble trying to catch their cars and get them ready for the braking into turn 4.
I was ready for that to end horribly, I'm not going to lie.
Oh no! The Justin Oates fan
the
club.
fan favourites around.
He's not going to be happy with that.
Somebody's pointing out that Oates was in the top 10. Not anymore, unfortunately for you, mate.
No chill.
Ooh, a little bit of bump and grind.
Since this race started about 15 minutes late, we are running through till 10:15, so we should get the full race in. 14 laps to go now.
Something happened to Rath Nissan just then that made him lose traction coming out of that corner. Looks like that something upset the car on the outside and has put the back up in the air.
So Meredith, Visaru and Spivey are your top 3. What has happened to Rafalo? He's in 16th, I've just realised. He pitted again. Greg is down there as well.
I think Rafalo just might have had a really long stop from the damage at the Tonate incident with Mello.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I was thinking Rath, but no, Rath is here, isn't he? So, Rafalo... yeah, Mello pretty much knocked out two main competitors there. And it's Meredith leading, and he's probably going to get a penalty. So, penalty at the least. Visaru is the effective leader. Max Spivey could win a race. Can we just...
Easy.
Has he even had a podium in VRL?
He has. He's been around a while. Setter's had a spin at...
Sharp's getting excited already about Spivey's potential W.
Tell you what, Rath is just there as well, so it's still going to be a decent haul of points for HKS times Benson and Hedges Racing. Can you give me a shorter name, please?
It's a gorgeous livery. I was skeptical about the fluoro yellow and the HKS, but they pulled it off really, really well.
It's very good. Yeah. Replay of Meredith being an idiot.
Oh, my favourite.
Brakes. Oh, he didn't. He was going to go out for the move to the inside, but couldn't get out quick enough, trying not to lock his brakes, and ended up in the back of Hill and took both of his main competitors out. So, stuff like that.
Shav, could you unmute Caleb?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'll add you both to the stream too. I should have done that before. There you are.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Apparently, Setter is getting a lot of negative comments. I'll leave it at that in the Twitch chat right now.
Yep. Rath is right up behind Spivey. He could have a crack at this win. Now, he has confessed to me he did return to the pit lane in qualifying, so there's likely a penalty coming his way as well.
So who was that, sorry?
Dietmar Rath, so
okay.
he may well be out of contention himself. Did Viss hit the wall there? I think he leapt over the curb. He certainly ran very wide through the third corner. Top the curb.
Spivey's backhand's a little bit loose. Oh, and off into the wall.
No.
Leaving the door wide open for Arth to go after Visaru.
Cruz Kerr is out of the race. Came from nowhere.
Dummy spit number 7.
We need to get a tally for that on screen.
Dangerous.
So that it could well be internet issues. We don't know. Don't want to upset the fan club too much.
If I get it wrong, they're welcome to call me out for it. It's okay.
I think that's 7 retirements now. So Riley Smith, Matthew Cowley, Michael McKenzie, Craig Mealy, Ryan Snooks, Chris Munro, and Cruz Kerr are your 7 retirements.
Whoa.
He is taking full advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's based on real penalty and what that says, the curb hops. So if it says that's alright, I guess he's going to continue doing it.
Oh, backhand's come right out on there. Lost heaps of time.
Matt, don't get too nervous.
Caleb. I'm emotionally compromised.
Yes, I know.
Turn 8. 225 kilometers an hour.
Cruz covering off the inside, trying hard not to let Rath go around.
Good defensive move. Is this Rath's speed and throttle inputs we can see?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Kerr is trying to rejoin. In fact, he has. So he's in the pit lane.
Awesome defense again on that corner, just sitting just off the racing line.
So great battle here. Spivey's a little bit further back, so maybe my hopes of him winning this race
You never know.
Well, we'll see. There's certainly been a lot of chaos in this race. The first half was dominated by Chris Rafalo, and
There's been a lot of collisions from people that you wouldn't expect.
Well, who knows what tea and crumpets can pull off, ain't that right, Spivey?
Big
we're
Nonce
back.
Gaming, if you want to go and watch his YouTube stream, yes, I will say that. So Meredith going
Kerr has
on the
actually
side.
reconnected, on a side note.
Yeah, and there he is now. And Wrath right up behind this. I love this camera. I'm going to keep exploiting this camera. Except not right now because
very
Williams is around. And that is... Oh, hang on. Those tyres are rotating, but he's going nowhere, isn't he?
Is that going to be a safety car because he can't get moving again?
Looks like an overshoot in turn 3.
Although Assetto Corsa does glitch out sometimes and just do this, so
That is a common glitch.
yeah.
Don't worry, he's probably just contemplating life.
So that's down at the 4th corner.
Oh, there he goes.
He's actually back in the pit lane. So he's allowed to do that because it's a major failure, like a glitch or something. Anyway. Edwards is right up behind Goonan, so he's recovered quite a bit. Rafalo up to 9th. Greg in 12th. Mello still in 14th. So there's your big players. Project 4 basically, and Rafalo. So...
And with 8 laps to go, it's looking pretty good. We've got some excitement on our hands.
Absolutely. I've just noticed Callister's popped his name into that top 4. I'd say Meredith has had a crash.
Certified Meredith moment.
And now...
Now here comes Rosario and
Here
Raf,
comes the fun.
closing hot. With a reminder that Meredith is eligible for a penalty, possibly.
A penalty.
Oh, well.
We shall see.
We'll see what the stewarding team decides. That's not
Oh,
my expertise area.
Are we allowed to talk this much shit over the commentary box?
It's all speculation, mate.
It's a bit of fun. Oates has ended up in the wall coming into Victoria Park.
That's gonna send the fan club into a riot.
He ended up in the wall, but at least it looked good.
Now Williams stopped at the end of the pit lane. I wish he'd move a bit further back when doing that. But anyway.
The thought that counts, right?
So let's go back up to the front.
Yeah, Chris Visaru has closed up to Meredith quite a lot now.
I need to actually
He's been
ask
killing
him
me for that.
how he pronounces his last name.
It is Visaru.
Okay. You may have noticed that up until this point
use
I've just been
Vis.
saying this because
Yep.
I can't figure out the last
It's
bit.
a bit of a weird one.
That's okay, it is Visaru, and I got it wrong, so he's gonna kill me later, but that's fine.
Set
Never
her
mind
around
that.
again.
Add one to the counter.
So leaping over those curbs.
Looks like Wrath dropped off. Gonna let this battle play out, see what happens. I think
Not a
he's
horrible decision.
Yeah, when there's a battle with Meredith up ahead, there's a good chance that you'll get the positions.
Yeah, well, Wrath has also probably kind of conserved some tyres and maybe also fuel. Not many laps to go now, and if he's cut it close with his fuel, that also might be a contributing factor.
Yeah, no, it's his actual last name.
Boggs, am I right?
Is Wrath Indian? Weird. I would assume so. Should I have confirmed?
Don't know. He's a yeah, he signed up as a New Zealander. Yes, he resides there, but
I
and
enjoy the
meanwhile,
fact that
Callister is
question's in full capitals.
And I think Wrath's tyres are starting to really feel the degradation of this race.
South African. There you go.
Well, yeah, it's either they're seeing Deg or Wrath seeing Red trying to get onto the back of Callister.
Who DDoSed Kerr? No idea.
Well, let's watch from the cockpit so you can keep an
Oh,
eye
hang on, we've
the...
got cars
there's
out. It's Wrath. No, it's Meredith and
Meredith
Visari.
and Visaru, and all of a sudden Jack Callister finds himself in the lead of this race.
Again.
With just 5 to go, Cruz Kerr has been removed from the race, which is, I don't know why. It's maybe a real penalty thing.
I'll be right
Callister
back.
finds himself in the lead. Wrath second, Visaru in third, Meredith in fourth. Spivey is right behind Meredith. These are 2 ABR cars. But
To
from
add to the
different sides of
controversy,
garage.
Sed is getting accused of DDoSing Kerr in the chat.
He's had a few disconnections, it seems.
But this is really heating up now with 5 laps to go.
So Kerr's going to keep trying and try his best to get on and meet the minimum number of laps to get some points.
Seta, Derny on and off the circuit. Fan
They
club is
reckon-
really not happy.
They reckon Seta DDoSed Kerr while driving.
Oh, this is amazing.
But I can't even text and race, let alone DDoS somebody.
Oh yeah, you'd need some serious talent to do that.
Yeah.
That explains some of the mistakes. Here's Meredith as he... I'll say that tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So here's Meredith. Spivey behind, Viss in front, and a little bit further in front is Wrath. After the collision between the front two. Meredith has found himself dropping 4 positions. I should mention, I haven't mentioned it up till now, but we have a new license point system, which is similar to what the FIA have, where if you accrue he actually grabbed the wall ever so slightly on the way in, and grabbed it even more on the way out, did Jack Meredith. But you accrue a certain amount of points, you get a quali ban, and then you get to the point where you have a race ban. And the last one, which affects him the most, as we see Viss trying to make a move on Wrath. Is he actually looking up the inside? No, he's not. Last one, which affects him the most, is if you obtain 20 points, then you get suspended from Velocity Racing League events for a month. There's Seta.
Got Seta's around. Visaru's
Okay.
had to go over the wide side of the track into the dirt, and Meredith almost got up on him then too.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, Chris isn't gonna let Wrath go too easily now.
No way, this is going to be a very close battle between these 2 drivers till the end.
Anyway, my point.
3 laps to go.
20 points and you get a ban from Velocity Racing League for a month, and any administrative roles suspended for a minimum of 12 months. And Jack Meredith happens to be an admin. So
Oh no! You self-sabotaged on
it's
your
basically the
own admin.
Meredith clause, but
The
I know
Chapman.
he's shocking on the track, but in terms of driving standards, he's actually fairly quick. I mean, he has to be.
Oh, Wrath
big
around.
mistake from Wrath.
Absolutely. And this is
He's
letting
managed
Jack
to gather it up.
Jack Callister streaking ahead, 4 to go. When they cross the line, it'll be only 3 to go in this race.
Very smartly recovered by Wrath.
Crash between
Yeah,
Goonan and Hill, further back. That's
What's up?
down at turn 9, so Hill's had a couple of problems there. As Meredith goes up the
Side by
inside.
side.
Meredith can't keep it straight, apparently. Matt, don't you dare.
Can't do it.
No, it's fine. These guys are really showing their tire deck now. They've been pushing it in a pack for so long.
Track should be gripped up, but the tyres are not. Meredith straight on. And he's going to yield a position.
Meredith straight off.
So, yeah, straight on and straight off at the same time.
So very close to impacting the fence there too.
So Meredith's
Looks
just
like
saying-
Hill and Seta can join
drive through
the
for
car
cutting,
park.
Jack Meredith.
Oh, that's
So with
not
just
gonna
3
go
laps
down
to
well.
go, he's ran a little bit. I imagine that's from that little off-track excursion down at turn number 4. And he's sliding all the way through and he's grabbed the wall again. So we'll have to serve that drive through with just 3 laps to go in this race. 2 when they cross the line. Here's your race leader, Jack Callister. Season 1 champion. And he won.
And a whole 9 seconds to P2.
He won in ATCC as well.
Ratha's pit? What?
Ratha's pit, you're absolutely right. Jack Meredith has bumped it into the wall, trying to
no.
serve his drive-through penalty.
So
And he's got
Visari's
another
actually
one
come
for
up into
speeding.
second.
Spivey podium.
So Meredith
You're
is-
absolutely correct.
Spivey
Spivey podium
Spivey
indeed.
podium. Jack Callister's
How good.
looking like he's
Touch
going to
wood.
win the race. Jack Meredith
wood,
has
touch wood.
2 drive-through penalties and he's just taken one of them. He got a second one there for speeding as he flew in. Once again. Got to be careful with that. Now this is Nash Murdock right on the back of Noah for 11th position. And it says Jack Meredith's taken 2 drive-through penalties at once. So that's...
That paint job
shouldn't happen.
hurts
It's
my
interesting.
eyes when the sun reflects off it.
Yeah, it's a very flashy car. I mean,
It's like those barley lasers that are burned.
looks like a light-up sketcher at the moment.
Does it have a little wheel in the heel that you can scroll around primary school with?
There's 4 of them.
Bro, Healy's with the best. Can we get a Healy
Be all
race
the
this year?
rage.
Rafalo's gotten past Edwards. That's down into turn 9, so...
Rafalo's had a very good recovery.
Meanwhile, Meredith
It's a
has had a
strong driver.
little bit of contact. He's gotten past Goonan and had some contact with Lachlan Setter on the way through as well. Setter's still going to finish 18th. And back up to the front now, Jack Callister. He's just dispatched Aaron Recce, a lapped car, who's sitting in 15th position. And this is the great strength of Jack Callister, his consistency on the track. He's certainly not been the fastest in terms of lap times, and we've seen... I think he ended up 11th or something, or 12th. So, very far back. But his racecraft, his consistency, his ability to keep the car straight when others have it spinning round. And it's what's cruelled the day for Rafalo, for Mello, for Meredith, for Visaru, I guess, in a case. For Nicholas Gregg as well. Some have been unlucky.
Was there not a similar situation to this in Gold Coast last year?
There was. It was very similar, as Mello's just had an incident. But never mind that. Jack Callister comes across the line. He's going to win the first race of the new Velocity Racing League V8 Supercars season.
Very good drive from Callister. Very,
good.
very well done.
Deserved. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a battle further back as Meredith goes...
Whoa!
He's actually dropping positions. Noah has ended up diving up the inside. Meredith sitting in 11th now. He's outside the top 10 from leading the race.
And still vulnerable to a penalty from previous interactions with other drivers.
Max Spivey, I'm watching his camera now. He is so pleased with 3rd place. Chris Visaru finishes 2nd.
not
Rafalo in 4th. Edwards 5th on debut. And that's the way Jack Meredith will end it after coming 11th. There we are. Great way to start the season.
Celebratory
He
burnouts.
picks up 225 points.
Well deserved, I reckon. Well deserved. Max 5, he's getting in on it too.
Probably end up hitting each other. Ooh.
Waste of tyres, probably, but it's tyres don't exist in a Assetto Corsa, so.
Spivey for championship, says Riley Smith. Look. Yeah, well done to him. Third place, I mean, he's...
Definitely my most unexpected driver of the lot. He's done really well.
Absolutely. And he was... You think back to this time last year, and he was... Well, he quit the championship. He was so far back, and ended up quitting the championship. And now, third position. I was going to say on top of the world. He's not on top of the world. Jack Callister is. But he may as well be.
Meredith just kind of does that. He has a really good drive for like the first half of the race, and then towards the end it just goes down. As for Seta, he just, yeah, he's aggressive, very, very aggressive.
So let's check your final race order then. Well, let's not, because we're actually... Okay, there we are.
Nutsy's retiring from the Twitch chat because he's had too many Woodstock and bourbons.
Enjoy your night, mate. Jack Callister wins the first race of the new season, takes home 225 points and takes that into Melbourne. Chris Visari finishes in second place. Max Spivey, third place for Aussie Brand Racing. By the way, a Brit in Aussie Brand Racing. Anyway, Chris Rafalo, fourth position. Connor Edwards in fifth. Deep Marath in sixth. Nick Goonan, seventh. Josh Hill in eighth. Nash Murdock is in ninth, and then Noah in 10th. Jack Meredith sits in 11th. Nicholas Gregg in 12th. Nick Mello in 13th. It was going so well for some of those guys before things kicked off later on. Justin Oates, 14th position, the fan favourite. Aaron Reckie in 15th. Gus Super in 16th. Cruz Kerr 17th. Lachlan Setter in 18th. Ronald Williams in 19th. And then our DNFs, Chris Munro... No, not our DNFs. Yes, our DNFs. Chris Munro, Ryan Snooks, Craig Mealy, Michael McKenzie, Matthew Cowley. And I thought... Cruz Kerr managed to still complete 60 laps. Which, what is it, a 63 lap race. So he still will get points for 17th position despite the couple of disconnects that he had. So that's been a fairly successful round one. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks at Melbourne. Just got to say a few thank yous. So Caleb and Matt, if you're still in... I've just noticed there's so many people in the commentary box. I'm actually not going to come off here.
Yeah, we're here, mate.
I'm going to just server mute... actually, no, hang on. I'll unserver mute some of you as we go. Yeah. We'll talk to Max Spivey first because he's kind of man of the moment. So we'll try and get through as many people as we can.
Spivey, where the fuck did that come from?
So,
if you want to turn cameras on.
We don't either, that's why we're asking.
let me just end my stream. There we go. Let me just stop that. Okay.
Everyone in here, if you can, you're welcome to turn your cameras on as well if you want to give us something to look at on the stream.
Jack Callister, race winner. Quite happy about that.
Fuck yeah, you know it.
Yeah, man, that was a really good drive from you.
Absolutely.
Nicholas Gregg,
Three-stop.
Mello's offsider, streaming from his dungeon.
Yeah, man, like me, and I didn't get a podium, so I'm sat down here.
All depressed in the dark.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. He probably deserves it.
So there's our race.
Oh, we've got tan crumpets, people.
What a up and down kind of race.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a hell of a race. I'm actually
One of
gonna-
those Gold Coast ones. Anyone could have won it.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that in the chat. I was like, didn't we have a similar situation to this last year at the Gold Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
we
there's one
did.
of those races, that wins it.
I'm actually.
Do
gonna-
we want to talk about that, Jack?
I'm actually going to start unmuting a few more people. So if you could try not to talk over one another.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll see how well that bloody goes through.
Yeah. Everyone in here should be unmuted now.
Get my mom.
Turn 9.
Meredith, I'm sorry.
And then he got a cut penalty as well, so I'll just
Ah,
race
and
over.
then-
You know
True
where
drive through.
It's so far.
you know where I got the cut penalty? The drive through? Exit of turn 4 of all places.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
like I
You
thought
went
that
onto
might have
the
been it.
grass
Yeah,
patch,
literally.
Oh
and then-
yeah.
Exit of turn 4, barely went wide, cut penalty, drive through, race, fucked.
Well done on the win, Jack. And congrats to Vince and Spivey on the podium.
Cheers.
Send it to the moon,
Someone's got
Spivey.
COVID.
You got this,
Sorry.
buddy.
Who got second?
Oh, me.
Yes.
Oh, Chris got with the penalty
got-
that he will be
I
Yeah,
got
I'll
a
probably
feeling
keep
that
it.
Christmas will not be on the podium.
Probably
come
not.
Thursday night.
Fully
We
deserved.
shall wait and see.
Hey, you're not one to talk, Meredith.
Hey,
It must feel pretty good for Jack, I think, dishing out the dirt.
I did not take one person out tonight.
I
You
saw
took
you
like
take
12
two
out.
people out.
Took 2 out at once.
Excuse me?
When?
Thank you for getting me to inch my head off on the thing as soon as you went over. As soon as it went on, I was just
When
like,
did I take someone out?
Multiple times.
No, well, no, okay, hang on. From my point of view,
Oh, uncertainty in the chat room.
like,
So
listen.
begins.
I didn't see Jack
Yours inquiry.
touch Josh. What had
Josh?
happened was I broke late.
Nah, I had nothing to do with that, fellas.
Yeah, no. I know you don't. I know you didn't. Because I broke late. Josh broke later, locked his rears, and came
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Then as I went wide to try and make sure I avoid him, but he just kept coming because there was
Yeah.
nothing he could do. And next thing I know, I've got a rear end and we're both pinned against the fence.
Yeah, both of them.
So
Like, that
That was a big juice, man.
Meredith wasn't involved, as far as I'm concerned.
Chris Visser, Demo Rath, you were the dirtiest drivers I have ever
What?
Raf and I both did the
I
same
think Mark
thing
was
to
the
you.
cleanest racer ever.
You two, but just
Except for the
depending-
end,
I was just depending
Oh
on
yeah,
you.
I
two.
wasn't there.
Yeah, we both did the
You
same
went like
thing
a
to you.
rocket down my inside and just like had like you made like you were inside each other at
I
many.
tell you
points.
what,
Yeah,
And I
we,
was very scared.
that was a poorly judged breaking point. That
I
was
could tell.
Spivey.
Bro, I saw you coming and I even turned like out of the corner. But I still got
Yeah.
hit.
Spivey, I nearly did an oh no as well, but I didn't quite get the voice right.
Can we just give a quick shout out to Cameron, race director?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's been a very
Very
chaotic
vlog,
race,
very vlog.
honestly.
that was a hectic first time.
so
Hot
much.
moment.
Well, 2 safety cars within the first 10 laps.
Him and Dan.
I think lap 6 was the second one. Yeah, Dan as well. Actually, that's good. Yeah, no, they both did a very good job, and thank you to them for, keeping the race somewhat in check. I think for a street race, though, for a street circuit, I should say, it was relatively clean. Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Especially for Adelaide.
Compared to what we've had before on these kind of circuits,
Exactly.
Definitely.
So, respect to you all for keeping it mostly neat and tidy.
By the way, if you're wondering what happened to Riley Smith, it was pretty funny.
Everything else.
So basically, he started and he had a really bad qualifying. I think he got messed over by some people, so he qualified 19th. When we started, he got killed, and then his internet died. So he came back in, and he called up the safety car, in my rearview mirror, and it was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. I saw the Swift car go around the last corner, and I couldn't stop laughing. If you want to go back and watch that, I couldn't stop laughing.
It's the fact that it was right after the race director had said, "Oh, yep, lapped cars can overtake the safety car," and Riley's just in the middle of the spin as he said that.
And then that was it. He left. He went F4. He went F4 after that.
Yeah, and then I alt tabbed to server mute him because he wouldn't shut up.
He was very angry.
And then that killed my FPS for the rest of the race. And I was sitting at about 20 FPS. I was like, oh shit.
Mate,
It was pretty worth it though, Jack. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. It was easy to drive with 20 FPS.
Hey, Rafalo, love the bolt wall tap you did. That literally sent you for 6.
Oh.
Wait, what's this?
I was chasing you down, and you were in front. You hit turn 4, and I went straight through your car and destroyed my steering at the same time.
Yeah, guys,
No.
what happened in the
It
second
was
safety
one
car?
of the,
I
it
want
was
to
one
know.
of the HKS Nissans.
I'm the other one.
I died. I died.
Yeah, we know you died, Lachlan.
The second
We all
supercar,
I died on
the
you,
whole-
Lockie.
The whole back of the grid just disappeared. So I didn't know there was a safety car. Nobody knew in my whole team. And then we looked back, and the grid literally got cut in half.
Yeah.
So we're not completely sure what happened.
Put it this way, there was 2 fields. There was the guys that were doing 120 in the 119s to the 121s, and then there was the group from 122 back.
Yeah.
That's how far you split them, and every safety car brought them back together. I was like, this isn't such.
It was such a good race, though.
Oh, Nick.
For some people.
I enjoyed it.
My boy Nicholas Gregg, what happened?
Turn 8. Turn 8 happens.
Well, no,
No.
Was it
When you went,
suspension damage
when
from
you like
turn
slid
8?
in the pit lane.
Yeah, how the fuck did you keep that safe out of the pit?
Well, I went off at the second last turn, so I just yanked it back in the pits.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Yeah.
what the?
That was just skill, mate.
And then you look
We-
at
we
Meredith,
fully
who managed
expected you to hit
overshoot
the wall.
twice.
It was
Did we
like
need to go to the...
it was like 15 degrees. No, it didn't. It was like 15 degrees of suspension damage. I'm like, I can go like 15 laps, but then I did that turn and I went in the grass. I'm like, okay, no, rank in the pits.
What place did you come in the end, Nick?
11th, 10th, because Jack Meredith penalty problem.
I kind of.
No, Nick, I
Oh.
didn't touch anyone.
I'm just assuming.
Nicholas, it was actually really clean from Jack. It was really clean.
Yeah.
I
So
just-
Well,
I
apart
laughed.
from the like 4 drive-throughs, was it? Getting in lane 3 times, 2 cut 5 drive-throughs.
For speeding in the
It was
pit
at
lane, and
the
he had
end
a
where it
drive.
went to shit.
I got
How
3
did you
drive
speed in that pit lane?
We don't know.
I locked up and
Certified Jack Meredith one.
I locked up, overshot the pit lane, and then like flick spinned it, and I ended up in the pit lane again.
Can we
And
talk
then
about the whole fact that
Did the drive through and didn't lose a single position. So
Can we just talk about how Jack overshot the pit lane and then had to do a U-turn and then pushed me out of the way to get into the pit lane?
That was ridiculous.
you were stuck in the wall, so I just didn't really know what was going
No,
on.
I hit reverse and I'm like, now I'm still getting rotated. What is happening?
Oh well.
That was swiftly condemned on the.
Yeah, no, that
I've got no objections, but next time just a little bit of patience would have helped.
Oh, I can't wait for Melbourne. Jesus.
That's what we said. That's what we said to. No, we said that to Riley, but we don't know how to do that. We said to Jack and Jack Callister, and if he didn't die to get the penalty, he would have been. I think it would have been probably a 1-2-3 for Aussie brand racing.
Okay,
Here we are. Let's go.
Can I just ask a question? Whoever saw my car, was there green artifacts happening?
Yes.
Yes.
It was really
so
annoying.
annoying.
Everyone's
Please turn them off.
That'll be fixed.
No, I know how to fix that.
Yep, if you can.
Yeah,
try it.
can you please?
I can just re-upload a
It
file.
was just
to
like
and just
when
send
you were
it out.
behind me, it was just like green flashing like strobe lights.
Yeah,
You know
Fun.
in your truck simulator when you have your massive beacons and it's in the dark,
Yep.
that was the green. It plays out like the green. It was that. You could
Yeah,
see it
alright.
across the whole map.
Okay, I just had to ask because I checked out the stream and all I'm seeing is green flickers off my car. I'm like, ooh, whoops, I may need to fix a file.
Yeah,
I'll fix it up-
definitely.
I'll fix it up through the week and I'll just post. I'll get Rod. I'll just send it to Rod so he can resend that out to everyone.
Now, can we talk about people passing in blue flags and realizing that there's a time and a moment to actually pass?
No.
I don't know. You held up a
People
lot of
actually do that
cards.
for the most part.
Lachlan, you held up a lot of cards that could have gone past.
There was a couple of times where cars have
I think
thought
I killed myself on you at the end of the race. If that's what you're referring to.
No. I think it might have been Nash that shot up my inside in one of the corners. It was the last turn you shot up my inside, and I've sat here going, if you had got that wrong, it would have been bad for both of us.
Yeah, no, I was about to take out like three cars sitting there. There was a red VF, a Mustang, Jack's car, and Greg's car there. If I didn't pull up on the brakes well enough, and I actually got some positions out of doing that.
Because I was sitting here going, I was gonna let you pass on the straight anyway, but I'm just sitting here going, oh shit, if that had gone wrong.
I had fresh tires. Like the tires were just wearing in just then, so I was like, game on.
The amount of moves that I made where like I moved towards the inside, and I guess people just know to get out of my way because they just move. Like I just
Mate,
pull
no
to
one
the
wants to go near
inside.
you.
If anyone touches you, it's dead.
I'm glad I spent majority of my race on the other side of the track from you.
Can I just point out, whenever you see Jack, you're just like, do you try defending him and end up in the wall, or do you go off to the side and still end up into the
it
wall?
was really
Also,
good.
Jack,
So many times I just dove up the inside and people got out my way.
Right, I'm just going to quickly interject. I'm going to quickly interject and say that we're going to finish this stream off. Just a couple of thank yous.
Finished that a while ago.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I thought that ended a while ago.
Cameron Costa, Dan G, thank you for being the race directors. Thank you, Caleb and Matt. I forgot your name.
You're all good, mate.
For helping me out in commentary tonight, because God, my voice would have been dead without it. We'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. We're at Melbourne. It'll be a sprint round.
Come on.
It should be a bit shorter, and I'm sorry for the late finish tonight, but anyway. Yeah, Melbourne's going to kick off the sprints in this season. Thank you very much for watching, and we've had a lot of activity in this chat, and I'm looking forward to seeing the analytics, but thank you, and see you later.
I'm looking forward
Thank
to
you very much.
Thanks everyone.
See you, mate. Yeah, you're my mates.